lay a hand on a woman, you lay a finger on a woman, you deserve to be incarcerated, you deserve to never be able to fight again and banged up for life. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Listen, I don't care who you are, how much wool towels you got. You can shove your wool towels up your ass. You lay a hand on a woman. You lay a finger on a woman. You deserve to be incarcerated. You deserve to never be able to fight again and banged up for life. That's my views on it. I've got 4 sisters. I've got a little daughter myself. If I put my hands on them, they're dead men. I ain't sharing that woman with him. Scumbag. You know, putting your hands on a woman. Not once. Something's his 20th arrest. I don't condone it at all. Let alone that a normal man, but when you're a trained fighter as well, yeah, it's embarrassing, and it's you don't shed a good light on fighters.
Those are the words of Conor Benn in response to Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, of course, he was arrested again on some domestic violence, issues. Boxer ex-girlfriend accused of assaulting ex-girlfriend in Doral. Okay, just a brief thing on that. This is in Doral, Florida. American boxer Gervonta Tank Davis was arrested Friday morning, nearly a month after he allegedly assaulted his ex-girlfriend on Father's Day outside her home in Doral, police said. According to the arrest report, Davis, 30 years old, who currently lives in Coral Springs, was taken into custody in Miami Beach before being transported to Doral Police Department. The report states that the incident in question occurred on the night of June 15th. Police said that Davis went to the victim's home to pick up their children, but verbal altercations between him and the victim ensued, which escalated to physical altercation. Okay. According to the report, Davis told his ex-girlfriend to remove their children from his car, as he no longer intended to take them, but when she leaned forward to retrieve their daughter from the back seat, Davis struck her in the back of the head and slapped her in the face, according to causing a minor cut to the inner area of her lip. Police said the victim then sent a text message to her mother informing her that Davis was assaulting her and asking her to come outside. The victim's mother then exited the residence and saw her daughter visibly distressed and crying while arguing with Davis, the report said. Let me counterpunch. Back to Conor Benn. I can understand Conor Benn being, outraged. I do agree with maybe 75%, no, 50% of what he said. And I'm going to explain why. What I do agree with is there's no reason for this shit. You guys know me. I'm not always for the woman and their claims, but when it comes to children, when it comes to what we just read, if that's true, he's a scumbag. Gervonta Tank Davis is a scumbag. If you get in an altercation, because I know what that's like. You don't like the person that you're procreated with, which is, that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, you can't get along. So verbally something changed into physical altercation. And then most of the time, though, it's the female that thinks in her mind, he's a man, I can slap him around and he doesn't do anything because he better not, or I'm going to send him to jail. That's what normally happens. That could have happened, but based on the report and what the information that we have, that didn't happen. Now, him refusing to take his children, I think he could have de-escalated the verbal issue by just leaving, because his kids were already in the damn car. You don't have to argue with her back and forth on Father's Day. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what the argument was about, but there was no need for an argument if your intentions were to come get your damn kids. If your kids were already in the car, you could have just drove off and left. I hate this new place. I hate this new place. So what happens in that regard is, it's like, listen, he could have left. He could have left. He could have pulled off, drove away, had that conversation on the cell phone, all right? And if it got too thick, hang up. That didn't happen. He then said, I don't want the kids no more, which is another mistake because it has nothing to do with the children, right? So it had nothing to do with the children. Why are you not wanting to take them when you came over there to take them? Okay, so then when she leans over and he struck her, yeah, that's actually cowardice because you didn't, you hit her behind, if she leaned in, you hit her when she didn't see you striking her. So she had no way of defending herself. That was cowardice. So yeah, it's a scumbag. That's a scumbag move. I do agree with Conor Benn with that. It does make boxers, it gives them a bad look. It gives them a bad jacket. That jacket you don't want to wear, being already a fighter, someone that is gifted and able to give destruction with their hands, go to jail for beating someone up. That doesn't have, that's a female. It's bad for boxing. I do agree with Conor Benn. However, let's talk about the other 50%, the other side of what Conor said. Well, Conor said, well, hey, he should never be able to box again. I think that's stupid because a lot of people said that about you when you failed those damn tests. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be just barking up that tree too quickly because it wasn't that long ago when you tested positive, or people are still talking about that shit, Conor. So I wouldn't be too quick to say who shouldn't be fighting again in the sport of boxing. That's not cool. That's hypocritical. Okay, you got to be careful on who you point the finger at, because you should remember you were once in that seat where people say that you should never fight again. So him saying that was bullshit, I feel. But also, him saying that, oh, I'll never fight Gervonta Tank Davis because Gervonta Tank. I wonder what the hell is that? Are they blowing? I'm going to finish the video. But anyway, because I want to get on their ass soon. I was going to stop and do it. But anyway, him saying that he won't fight Gervonta Tank Davis, right? He won't fight Gervonta Tank Davis, and because he's a scumbag. I think that's exactly what you should do, Conor. I think you should fight him to show, hey, you like to beat up on women. I have a daughter and 4 sisters. So I'm going to show you who and how it's like to try to slap around a grown man, and I'll show you how a man does it. You know what I mean? That's what you should do. Not, oh, I'll never share the ring with him. I think that's shit that comes off as a cop-out. And I like Conor. I think he has grit. I think he has personality. I think he's very intense. But I think him saying, oh, I'll never share the ring with him, I'm like, bro, that's Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I mean? You'll never share the ring with him because of personal issues. Well, why don't you use the personal issues as a professional one to get in his ass because you don't like what he did to females? You see what I'm going with this? But you guys tell me what you think of Conor Benn and his take on Gervonta Tank Davis striking his ex. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.